alcohol sales, how a new Pittsburgh venue finds itself in the midst of a controversy. And it's signing day in Joplin, but not for athletes. Meet Freeman's newest crop of caregivers. KOIM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the Greenway opens with some controversy as Pittsburgh debates mixing families and alcohol sales. Plus, the manhunt continues for a former Arkansas police chief who escaped from prison. And experts stress the role of safe driving for teens during the 100 deadliest days.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The owners of a new downtown outdoor venue invite Pittsburgh City Commissioners to clear up concerns over alcohol sales with minors in attendance. This is KOIM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The Greenway at 2nd and Broadway opened earlier this month. It's designed as a family-friendly outdoor food truck court and beer garden. Property owners also have an indoor bar connected to the Greenway called the Biles Brothers. But during the May 13th City Commission meeting, another business owner expressed concerns regarding a new ordinance permitting all ages access to the venue. The exemption allows minors onto premises that are used as an outdoor entertainment and recreation area. Under the new rules, alcohol purchased in the indoor bar cannot be taken outside, and alcohol purchased outside cannot be taken inside. Also, anyone under the age of 21 will not be allowed to enter the Biles Brothers bar. Pittsburgh City Manager Darren Hall says he understands the concerns and a deeper analysis of the city's liquor laws is underway.
Currently, we have somebody reviewing all of our liquor licenses and CMB licenses the city's operating under. And yeah, we plan on going back and giving the commission a report on that when we're finalized.
The Greenway plans to open Thursday through Saturday evenings, weather permitting. In recent years, the city of Pittsburgh added a similar exemption allowing minors and alcohol sales for the Main Street Axe Company. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a first look at the weather.
Well, we've had a pretty rainy weekend that led into a rainy Memorial Day. Most of the day today, a few showers, a few scattered thunderstorms throughout the morning hours, but all of this rain has pushed off to our east and we're left with overcast skies for the rest of the evening. Now, temperatures are going to continue to drop down through the 60s into the upper 50s, and we're also going to start to see some patchy fog developing tonight. You can see south of I-44, visibility dropping less than a mile, but as we head into tomorrow morning, we're going to see visibility dropping in Kansas, southeast Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and still south of I-44, dropping down to about 2 miles or less visibility in some isolated areas. It burns off really quickly, though, and then we're in store for a nice Wednesday. We finally get to see the sun again, and temperatures getting above 70 degrees, but I'm going to have those details coming up.
See you soon. An arrest warrant has been issued for a Noel, Missouri marshal in connection with a fatal hit and run. The charge of felony perjury against Rhonda Weiss follows an investigation by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. According to that investigation, Weiss stated in a probable cause affidavit that she found a suspect vehicle in a fatal hit and run in Noel, Missouri by cross-referencing the serial number on a taillight lens. MHP investigation, however, reveals the lens only displayed specific letters, not a serial number, which matched a variety of vehicles. The discrepancy resulted in charges and an arrest, though a follow-up conducted by the McDonald County prosecutor led to the charges being dropped and the release of the suspect. Weiss is not currently in custody. You can find more information on the history of this case on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Last night, we brought you the report of an inmate who broke out of the Calico Rock prison Sunday afternoon in Arkansas. He's the former police chief of the town of Gateway, Arkansas, but was serving a 30-year sentence for murder and a separate sentence for rape. Officials warn that Grant Harden is a threat to the public. Lycra Banks reports.
He's a sociopath. Prison's not full of people who are all bad. It's full of a lot of people who just do bad things. Grant's different.
Grant Harden was sentenced to a combined 50 years for the 2017 murder of James Appleton in Gateway and the rape of a teacher inside a Rogers school in 1997.
He's extremely dangerous. He's already proven that he has no moral core or center that would prevent him from doing anything.
Prior to the crimes, Hardin worked for at least 4 separate law enforcement agencies, including the Fayetteville Police Department, the Huntsville Police Department, and the Eureka Springs Police Department. Officials there told 4029 News he was fired for excessive force in making poor decisions on the job. Hardin also served as constable for Benton County from 2008 to 2012. Hardin studied criminal justice and law enforcement at Missouri Southern State University in 2016 and 2017. Around that time, Hardin also briefly worked for the Northwest Arkansas Community Corrections Center. In 2017, Hardin shot and killed James Appleton. Then, in 2018, Rogers police used DNA evidence to link him to the rape. Nathan Smith was prosecutor at the time.
So it makes it even more shocking when a person who wears the badge would betray not only victims but his community's sense of right and wrong, which obviously it doesn't appear he believes in.
Smith says Hardin's actions have stripped the victim and their families of closure.
And the real thing that bothers me about it is that by pleading guilty, those pleas brought closure for the victims and their families, all right? And so by doing what he's done, that reopens those wounds for them.
Investigators say Hardin was wearing clothes made to look like law enforcement when he escaped. Highway Patrol in Missouri and Kansas have released their accident reports for the holiday weekend. Troopers report 4 fatal crashes over the holiday weekend. Actually 7 crashes in Kansas, 3 in Missouri over the holiday weekend. That counting period ran from 6 p.m. Friday until just before midnight last night. As Memorial Day passes, we officially enter the 100 deadliest days of summer. It's a time frame where fatal car accidents, especially involving teen drivers, are the most likely to happen. According to AAA, nationwide, more than 7,000 people died in teen driver-related summer crashes from 2013 to 2022. In 2023, there were 97 total crash deaths in Missouri alone, with teen drivers involved. Experts say as more teens begin to take to the roads, it's important to stay aware and keep safety in mind.
We get a lot of local wrecks. Before this, I was a fireman here in town and was firsthand seeing a lot of the wrecks, and especially this time of year when people are over the road, and drinking was involved.
Experts with AAA recommend that parents work out a driving agreement outlining who is allowed in their car and where and when they can drive. Pittsburgh School District is expressing condolences and offering counseling following the death of a student in a car pedestrian accident. USD 250 Today sent an email to families and staff concerning the death of Jordan Baldwin, a 5th grader at Westside Elementary. Jordan died yesterday from injuries suffered in a crash on 4th Street last week. The district says counseling and support are available starting today. The email says, in part, Jordan was a cherished and important member of our school family. He will be deeply missed by all who knew him. As we come together to grieve, we ask for your compassion, sensitivity, and support for the family. Freeman Health welcomes 30 new graduate nurses in a signing day ceremony. Their stories coming up. Plus, young artists get to express their creativity during a week-long camp in Pittsburgh.
Drive-through Fred and Red's, famous since 1923.
A well-traveled bridge east of Springfield is still out of commission after rushing floodwaters washed out much of the ground surrounding it last November. Adam Woodbury spoke with Wright County officials about when traffic can begin crossing again.
Now you can see behind me here this massive hole that opened up. It starts just before the creek on the west side. The county tells me they are working with FEMA to get it all repaired, but it's a process that takes a long time. The Stair-Step Road Bridge spans the Whetstone Creek just southeast of Hartville. The county said it was built around 7 years ago, but as you can see, after last November's flooding, the bridge needs extensive repairs, around $300,000 worth. I spoke with the County Commissioner, Randy Pamperine, who said that they've been working with FEMA to get funding. He says FEMA has approved the application, but it's been a long process.
You know, we don't only have this bridge, we have 2 other bridges that are closed, and each one of those bridges has similar damage, and each one of them is about $300,000 a piece, so we're looking at $1 million or more to fix all 3 of those bridges. and the county doesn't have that kind of funding.
The commissioner says they're nearing the point where they can send out requests for bids for contractors to fix the bridge, and they're hoping to have it open by the end of the summer. Springtime is in full bloom, bringing with it new life and the beauty of nature. Unfortunately, that's not all it brings. Bugs are making their seasonal return as well. Pest control companies across the 4 states are already reporting a spike in calls. Professionals say there are some common 6- and 8-legged pests to look out for this time of year.
You see anything from pavement ants to large carpenter ants, and they're foraging for food and water. And like I said, if they find a way into your home, they will set up shop. We're definitely seeing an increase in spiders, particularly the brown recluse. And this is a concern as well. They are usually looking for shelter or looking for other insects to prey on.
Sullivan also says that keeping doors and windows sealed can also reduce your chance of a bug infestation. It's signing day for 30 men and women who've chosen to help save lives at Freeman Health System. The graduate nurses were honored at the Ron Richard Athletic Center at Missouri Southern for completing 2 years of medical schooling. While athletes sign letters of intent to play at the next level, these nurses are signaling their willingness to do everything in their power to comfort patients and save lives.
I am very appreciative of those around me and how hard they've worked to become nurses. So anybody that you went to school with, they all kind of become like sort of a fellowship to you. You all have what you went through in nursing school in common and your end goal.
Each graduate nurse honored tonight will eventually take the national exam required to become registered nurses. Today, young artists set up their paints and canvases for a week-long art camp. Art Form Gallery in Pittsburgh is hosting the event to give students a chance to express their creativity. An instructor says the camp provides a way for young artists to learn some real-world skills.
Most kids have just gotten off of, they're starting summer break, and it's so important to have a variety of things for kids to do. And especially for kids who maybe aren't booked with sports or other things, this would be just a supplement for the summer.
The students in the camp range in age from 6 years old to 17. There are still openings in the afternoon teen session if your child is interested. Lindsay returns next with a complete look at your forecast, and a little bit later it's a semifinal slugfest on the softball diamond today. John Dales has more from Diamond versus Kinnett coming up later in sports.
We're prepared to help injured clients and their families. Casino.com.
Well, we've had a rainy weekend. Finally going to get to see some sunshine, though. You can see downtown Joplin Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Overcast skies remain for the evening and into early tomorrow morning as all of this wants to finally get out of our area. Then we're left with a pretty nice day on Wednesday. Not expecting any rain chances through the day until later in the evening, and then it spikes as we head into Thursday morning until Thursday early afternoon. Now, even though we could see some showers and thunderstorms, so we're not expecting a severe threat. So you can see we're going to possibly get some evening showers, evening thunderstorms Wednesday night, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. But again, no severe threat there. So as we walk through our Wednesday morning by 8 a.m., pretty cloudy still. All of those clouds do start to push out of here, and we're left with partly to mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Now, clouds do come in waves, so we're not quite getting a full sunny day all day long. And then later in the evening, more clouds start to push in along with a few of these rain showers. By about 7 p.m., southeastern Kansas going to see a couple isolated showers pushing through. Then later in the evening, around 11 p.m., thunderstorms and heavier rain pushes into our northern counties. This settles into the area. We're going to get some more widespread thunderstorms and heavy rain showers throughout the overnight hours. Now, again, not expecting any of this to be severe, so you're going to be able to sleep through it. Nice little sleep sounds, but this is continuing through the morning. So about 3 to 4 a.m., southeastern Kansas getting those thunderstorms, but they're going to start to push in to the Joplin metro early in the morning. By 7:30 to 8 a.m., when you're planning on getting up and getting your day started, we're still getting a lot of rain showers in the area. All of these will start to taper off, and then we're left with a couple of isolated showers sticking around through the afternoon. Clouds do start to break apart, get some southerly storms and rain showers and a couple storms pushing in from the north as well. They don't quite make it into our area, but we do get a few clouds from those later in the evening. And then by Friday, we're finally getting into a long stretch of sunny days. But we've had so much rainfall this month, even just the last couple of weeks. We really are at capacity with rivers and even fully saturated soil. So we're not expecting a lot more accumulation through Thursday, which is a good thing. We don't need any more. We're getting potentially a 1/10 of an inch all the way to about an inch of rain in some of those areas that are going to see heavier rain. And then as we get into the rest of the weekend, we're settling in a ridge over our area, which is going to bring us chances for warm up, sunny skies. Now, we have a little shortwave trough that could bring potentially some storms Saturday night, pop-up thunderstorms due to just the temperatures getting pretty warm, and again that shortwave a little pushing through that could cause some storms to pop up. But that's a pretty low chance. Outside of that, we're looking really good. We've got sunny skies through the weekend. Temperature is getting back into the 80s, which is about average for this time of year, and then a couple more isolated chances of rain sprinkled throughout your forecast.
Lindsay, thanks. Musician Billy Joel has canceled all scheduled concerts as he continues treatment to fight a rare brain disorder. The 76-year-old singer revealed last week that he's been diagnosed with a condition called normal pressure hydrocephalus, a buildup of cerebral spinal fluid that puts pressure on brain tissue. Joel's team says his condition has been, quote, exacerbated by recent performances, leading to problems with hearing, vision, and balance. Other symptoms often include difficulty walking, thinking, and controlling your bladder.
It is fixable, but in terms of avoidable, the thing that causes it, often you don't know, it comes out of the blue. It could be, in some people, they have a history of past brain infection or bleeding. There's really nothing you can do to prevent it, but you can have a high level of suspicion and good communication with your healthcare provider.
In an Instagram post yesterday, Joel's wife thanked fans for their love and support, saying, quote, "We are so grateful for the wonderful care and swift diagnosis we received." Still ahead, Nevada and Seneca High School baseball both hope to advance to the state quarterfinals, and Diamond High School softball faces Kennett in the state semifinals. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
Construction, we build.
Diamond High School softball won the Class II state championship a year ago. The Wildcats did so with an extra innings victory over Kennett in the state title game. Now this afternoon, those same two teams meet again in the state semifinals. Rematch of the 2024 state championship, Diamond faces Kennett, this time in the Final Four. The Lady Wildcats waste no time. Top of the first inning, they're already up 1-0 after a sac fly. Taylon Daniels keeps the line moving with a single into left field. Next batter, Kenzie Crook drives one into the gap in right center. That's down for a hit. 2 runs will come in to score, and the Wildcats are up 3-0 after the RBI double from Crooks. And they're not finished in the first. Next batter, Taylon Engel. She hits a bloop to shallow center. That drops in as well. Wildcats with runners on the corners. There's still 2 outs. Next up, Sarah Roselle bounces it sharply back to the pitcher. Her throw to first gets away. The run scores from third. Engel comes all the way around from first to score as well. Diamond jumps out to a 5-0 lead in the first and doesn't look back. Lady Wildcats win it 16-8. They'll play for a state championship against Warsaw tomorrow. For high school baseball in Missouri, only a few of our local teams remain alive in the playoffs. 2 of them are in action tonight, and those are for Class 4 sectional games, Nevada and Seneca. If they both win, they'll face each other in the quarterfinals later this week. We start with Nevada, who's on the road tonight at Blair Oaks. That's where the Tigers' 2025 season comes to an end. They get shut out by the Falcons. Final score 3-0. Nevada completes the year with a record of 18-12. Elsewhere, Seneca at home tonight, and the Indians, they lose as well. They fall to Logan Rogersville 6-1. Seneca scored the first run of the game and brought a 1-0 lead into the 4th inning, but that's where the Wildcats score all 6 of their runs. They keep the Indians scoreless the rest of the way. Seneca finishes the season with a record of 21-10. In the Mid-America League, the Joplin Outlaws are back in action tonight. They begin their first road trip of the season with a rematch of last year's league championship game against the Abilene Flying Bison. Outlaws won that game last August and they win big tonight. 12-2 the final score. Joplin hands Abilene its first loss of the season. Closing things out with a look at Major League Baseball. Yesterday, both the Royals and Cardinals lost the opening game of their respective series. Cardinals tonight, they beat the Orioles in Baltimore. Final score 7-4. St. Louis scored the first 3 runs. Baltimore responds back with 4 unanswered to take the lead. Redbirds then tack on 4 more in the 7th and 8th. Series finale is tomorrow evening at 5:30. In Kansas City, the Royals lose to the Reds again. Tonight, the final score is 7-2. Tyler Stevenson with a big day at the dish yesterday. He continues that trend today, opening the scoring in the 2nd inning with a solo home run. Ellie De La Cruz hits 2 home runs and scores 3 runs for the Reds. Back to Diamond High School softball. Was talking about them earlier. Tomorrow they get the chance to not only win a state title, but to repeat as state champions. Very, very few teams get the chance to do that.
Yes, I imagine so. Probably, I can't imagine it's ever been done in Diamond history.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll be right back.
Southwest Missouri Bank began over 45 years ago with a mission that goes beyond banking. To make connections with friends and neighbors, to grow meaningful relationships.
A 4-state hero.
Finally getting a chance to see some sunshine as we head through Wednesday. Still going to be pretty cloudy through parts of the day, but overall nice with temperatures reaching the low 70s. Rain showers return Wednesday night into Thursday, but then we're back into a long stretch of sunny skies starting Friday in through the weekend with 80-degree temperatures.
Looking forward to a sunny weekend for sure. Final sports note.
Yeah, we were mentioning it earlier, but Diamond High School softball has the chance to repeat as state champions tomorrow. And then for high school baseball in our area, Lamar plays as well tomorrow in the sectionals for Class 3.
Exciting day on the Diamonds. See what happens. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.